Hi, my name is Quinn Holtby. I'm the President, CEO, and founder of SeaCan Group of Companies. I'd like to present to you today an opportunity to improve your operations, both in drilling and workovers. Specifically in this case, this is a SeaCan of success, I term it. And the reason why I call it that is because it gives you a successful opportunity to employ our systems on rotating heads, managed pressure drilling items. What this SeaCan of success includes is a full system of the lower catch can here that fits on actually a rotating head, including the ACE, adjustable containment enclosure. So now you can enclose all of the area directly above the rotating head up to the bottom of the drill floor. So it comes with all the parts and pieces, including two different types of mud buckets. I call this one the Kelly can. There's actually a miniature Kelly can in there for smaller diameter pipe. It has the ability to hook your mini Kelly can directly up to our Gen 2 automated vacuum system that not only recycles all the drilling fluid, puts it back in your mud tank, saving you tons and tons of money, and is very easy to use. This whole containment system is designed to clip onto the back of a SeaCan, i.e. and for your underbalance managed pressure drilling operations, you can literally attach that to the SeaCan for shipping out to location. So I'm going to open it up, show you what we have inside. The unit is actually a self-contained system so that when you remove our containment system from the operation, you actually put it in here and it facilitates a containment device where you actually have opportunity to capture all the otherwise spilled drilling fluid inside the unit. So when I talk to you about the first part, there's the low pro here on our system. Clips to either on the flange underneath here. If you have a lot of room underneath the drill floor, what we'll do is actually put an adapter flange here to give you a little more room to clear your discharge lines. And that way you don't have any impediments of setting this in. By the way, this actual unit only weighs 178 pounds and easily handled by 1 or 2 men, assembles without tools, uses the same type of latching system we have here to clamp the two pieces together. And it's actually a load rated product, because you'll see that it's actually hung from the top of either the annulus or from your bearing area, should that suffice. And so because it's round, it actually has the capacity, if you step out on the outer side, it's strong enough that it doesn't tip or flop. This unit itself has been shown to hold 10,000 pounds of drilling fluid because the ACE are actually Velcroed together to form a big funnel underneath the drill floor. So I go inside, I've equipped your system with the multiple types of seals for the different types of drill string, including drill collars, heavyweight, and drill collars. This mud bucket here, called the Kelly can, is easily exchanged for the seals. It only weighs 27 pounds. Can be easily taken out of the container. And there's how you open it up, and you would clip, let's say if we had 5-inch tool joints, we would pull our 5-inch tool joint seal out of the containment device. And these seals insert easily into your Kelly can. If you aren't an old guy like me and have some hand strength, you push them in like that. So that way you don't have to use any tools to change out seals in a quick situation if you're going from tool joint size or to drill collars, heavyweight, that have a different size. So there you are, you're ready to go. This is designed to clamp onto the tool joint or onto the body of the heavyweight. So you would clamp this on slightly above your tool joint and then slowly hoist the drill string and let the drilling fluid discharge out of the bottom of the Kelly can, okay? So let's say the driller forgot the pump on. All of a sudden we've got this huge pressure release inside of the pipe. And so what this Kelly can has the capacity to do is it controls and redirects all the discharge that would have been otherwise lost and splashed all over your folks on the drill floor. What it does is contains and shoots the drilling fluid down through the slips into the second part of the system, which is obviously going to be your catch can system, where it's contained, redirected back into the mud tanks, and that way all of that otherwise lost drilling fluid would have gone into the cellar and it would have been sucked out by a vacuum truck and likely sent to a cleaning plant where as the operator, you're likely going to have to pay for that service. With the CatchCan system, you're now saving all that drilling fluid, putting it directly back into the mud tank, and it's extremely effective under kick conditions, because if you lose the rotating head or your BOPs fail, we're now capturing that discharge in the containment system, the low pro. It has 4 4-inch drains that four hoses can be easily run out to the shaker box on your mud tank. So easy, lightweight to use, and now you have a tool that'll fit all your drill string in your drilling operations. And I said, it's rather lightweight, easy to use, and installs in minutes without tools. So let's go back to the low pro. We're going to install our low pro, let's say, somewhere on one of these flanges. So we know these are all API type flanges. So what we do then is we go into our selection department and we pull out one of our, what we call a low pro seal. And all of a sudden this now goes around your flange to support a complete 100% seal around that flange. And you'll notice this has got a groove. You'll notice also when you bring out your low pro that the low pro has a groove that fits into here. So not only do you get this seal, you get a 6-sided seal that actually makes an impermeable seal. This material is not affected by hydrocarbons of any sort. As a matter of fact, in the winter time, it stays as flexible as this for easy install and compression. Then if you have an odd size of product or flange, then you will use another type of H seal that you can modify in the field to fit the flange size accordingly. If you have a very larger flange, because most of these low pros will come with a 17.5, 26.5, and a 36-inch opening. So if your flange is such that a 26 size opening in the low pro, I think it's 26.5, you will be able to use these types of seals to make the seal. Okay? If you're using, let's say you're doing a workover, if you wanted to ship this out for your workover rigs, this actually clamps to the top of your annulus on a BOP, such as a 7 1/16, and all we do is we actually install what we call a new light. Once we know whether you're going to be using it in a service rig application, we can actually supply you with the new light that sits inside here. The reason why we call it a new light, instead of a steel flange weighing 105 pounds, our new light flanges weigh 27 pounds. And they actually are capable of withstanding an entire load of a service string, so that if you're using the new light as a place to allow your slips to sit, that is self-lubricated, so your slips never stick and gouge your pipe when you close them for your air slips. So with that system, you have a service, so say we were using it on a service rig, you also have other products in here called the mini Kelly can that's designed to fit tubing up to 5-inch. And that tool takes 4 seals, 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom, and it has a 2-inch drain, so you hook your vacuum to this unit, and now you can create a vacuum chamber to suck all the fluids that are discharged in this unit, and not only that, sucks all the fluids out of your tubing. Then we have what we call the line pipe tray, and you'll see that the line pipe tray has got 3 notches in it, and if we were to use this in the winter time, you would want to order the line pipe tray with the heat resistant saddle in here so that you can run your steam lines in it. But imagine in the old days when I was in the patch, we used to have blocks of wood, and so it would take 3 guys to rig up your line pipes, because you'd have to make sure that you could adjust it so you could hammer the unions together to make sure you're not screwing up the seals. With this methodology, you lay 3 of these out, you lay your pipes in them, and then as you need to modify them, you just go around and move the pipe in the tray to align itself, and all of a sudden it holds in place. You can rotate this, and these are designed to hammer the unions inside of the tray, and when you break them apart, catches all the fluid. We also have a handheld pipe wiper which is this smaller unit. And if you need to strip off the tubing, you'll use this unit. If you're stripping wireline, it has a wireline stripping unit as well, and facilitates stripping all wireline coming out of the wellbore, so you're not running that up into the derrick and splashing it all over the place. Because we know today that operators don't want you to have any fluid spilled on location. As a matter of fact, most of the time the operators don't want you to clean the rig on site, which brings up the other opportunity with another one of our companies called Protector, who you have a lightweight, extremely durable surface containment system with pop-up sides that you could literally sit your service rig onto, so that what you're catching all of the fluid off your sandline drum and any spillage that gets outside of your work floor. With our systems, ladies and gentlemen, you can order an accessory called a Gen 2 vacuum. This vacuum is fully automated, meaning that once you kick it on, it'll actually discharge itself, so that you don't have to run down there and kick the vacuum in to discharge it. So it's fully automated. It comes with a wash gun, which attaches to our can cleaner wand. As you can see here, there's a attachment for a high pressure wand. The cool thing about this can cleaner wand, when you adjust the pressure versus vacuum, you will be able to actually have your tool, the end of the catch can cleaner wand, float just above the surface or making contact with the surface, and it has a cleaning brush in it, so it actually cleans your unit, your ground area, your shaker screens, all these other areas that you've had challenge with cleaning. And when you do that, you're going to use your diesel fuel in here. If you're using invert, all of a sudden now you can discharge all of this back into the mud tank and saving all the otherwise wasted drilling fluid. Sometimes, in some cases, we're able to capture 3 to 5 cubic meters of drilling fluid after and during a tripping operation. Thank you very much.